Oh yeah. How's it going, gamers? And welcome back. Yet another episode of the Outer World. No. Never touch. Question mark? Alright. In the last episode, we met with our buddy Felix's good pal, Clyde Harlow. A pirate who we unfortunately discovered was in league with the board. I know it hurts. He lied to Felix and having to kill him.
Nicely done.
Now, here, we got the gas, we got the chemicals, we're coming to speak to Dr. Phineas Wells. Did the other lady even come here? How did she come here? Or is she just gonna get in touch with Wells? Somehow. You gonna be in here? Chartrand? Is Chartrand here? I don't see her. You see a Raptidon here. Bubble. Alright. How's it going, Doc? Me.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with two working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
Yeah, it gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes two things we don't have: time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
I found your chemicals in the ministry. The board was using them for tests on human subjects.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
I had to let the test subjects die, but I brought back all the chemicals they had.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
The board's trying to mitigate damage to human tissue during the revival process.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress.
What makes you say that?
I used to work for these people. I'm intimately familiar with the utter incompetence of the board's own scientists. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
There has to be something we can do. What the fuck?
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak.
Oh shit.
We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Hear me out. Not safe. But we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
Hope's probably damaged. We have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system microjumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power
Ada
using
should be
the
up to this.
Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
We got some questions.
Certainly. How can I help?
So. People aren't going to notice a giant colony ship slamming into the rings of Terra 2?
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
Any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
See. And skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this. You know that, right?
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I trust Ada. No more questions. I'm ready.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Oh yeah, the adjutant asked me to put a plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not gonna do it.
You absolutely should.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
So you want to prepare?
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Alright, let's talk about the Hope.
Certainly. How can I help?
I guess that's it. Oh, level 28! Baby! Off to the Hope.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Byzantium's a big place.
Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Go. Right. So the Hope is all the way out here. And then we can go to Byzantium. Should we talk to her? I think I will take a quick save before I talk to her.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Right, let's talk to her. I'm gonna F5 here. So I'm gonna do hard save here. Parvati and the Vicar. Or, no, Parvati and Ellie. Or Felix. You know, Parvati and Felix. Yeah, because Felix gives me extra to persuade.
We gotta talk about this.
Yo.
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call wordplay.
Not bad, Felix. Our adventure series is gonna need a name, too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe Spine-Chilling Stories from the Edge of the System. Was also considering Astounding Adventures in the Ether. I'm partial to that last one.
Felix's adventures and shutting up and doing as he's told. You're having fun, but we have a job to do. I prefer the Adventures of Perdita and Company.
Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait.
Say that out loud. Like your attitude.
Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Alright. So. I don't need. Help persuading. My persuade's already over 100. But I need help with. Sorry, Felix. Let's see. What does everybody give me? Alright, I'm back, and after some deliberation. You know what? I brought the wrong team again. I think Parvati and the Vicar, because that's one team I haven't really had. You know? They've been with me since the beginning. Mods for my gun. Magnum. Power. Got times barrel. Speedy mate barrel. Hold on. What does that do? That does increase the rate of fire. Hell yeah. What's my DPS on that now? Higher, right? Alright. There's Sophia. Let's get ready, gamers. One of those situations where I'm going to settings, gameplay, not show player help. Please don't show player helmet, idle camera. Alright, cool. Can't see it though.
Not so fast.
Alright.
All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
Alright, cool. Would have figured I got stopped at the door if you guys weren't certain about that. Vending machines. Nice. You're in straight barrel. Hunter kit, ranged weapon. Oh. That. Blah. That. Any of this increase my mind attributes. I'll take that. All right. You ready? Quick save. Oh, I've been here. There you are. Don't mind the head. Okay. That's what I look like. Not the thing.
I admit part of me expected you
Hello.
to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival.
Alright. Been meaning a tournament.
You'll find that working for the board is spiritually and financially gainful. But that isn't why I asked you here. I understand you've infiltrated the ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total
Pretty fucked
systems
up.
collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
The powerful make the mistakes, and the powerless are left paying the price, as it has always been. Tell me, Adjutant, have you anything to offer beyond the usual false platitudes?
I'm offering decisive action, Vicar DeSoto. I can no longer depend on lazy, weak-willed bureaucrats to help me rescue Halcyon. I need someone with a backbone, someone like your captain.
Really?
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying.
There is no plague.
The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it.
We need to talk about this lifetime employment program.
I'll answer however I can.
You don't honestly believe all this lifetime employment nonsense, do you?
The lifetime employment program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work.
No, it won't. I saw the presentation. Rockwell wants to sacrifice the colony to save Byzantium.
Byzantium is the beating heart of our colony. And as long as Byzantium survives, Halcyon may one day recover from the collapse. We must protect this city at any cost. Help me execute the lifetime employment program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing.
Your take on all
When
that?
I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
Pretty good argument for getting rid of the board entirely.
I admit, I occasionally fantasize about making an executive decision without having some tedious committee questioning my every move. Do you have any idea how much paperwork is involved in ordering someone's execution through the usual channels? It's positively maddening.
What does any of this have to do with me?
When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you.
Uh-huh.
You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats.
Not a fan of bureaucracy, Sophia?
Do you know how many meetings I have to sit through? How many papers I have to sign before I can make one decision? I'm only trying to rescue Halcyon from extinction. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the system. Someone who can get things done.
So why did you want to see me?
We need to talk about Emerald Vale. Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations have ground to a halt. You've left us with a useless town draining our resources. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I cannot condone this plan. Wanton,
Yeah,
senseless
no.
destruction of life is never the solution.
I don't need you to approve of my plan, Vicar. I need you to get it done.
You need to care about all your people.
Someone has to be. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you.
I don't understand. What did Edgewater do to deserve this?
When you diverted power to the botanical lab, you spelled the end of Edgewater. But the town is still hanging on, still living off whatever meager resources we send them. With every passing day, Edgewater leeches more of our limited resources. The town is a rotting limb, and we must be surgeons.
No, I didn't want them to die. I wanted them to change their ways. I wanted them to be better with a better future. Yeah, the board is responsible for all of this. This is all your fault.
Because we were negligent. You're right, the colony can't possibly feed itself. And it's our fault. This is our mess. And the only way we're cleaning it up is by taking action. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a
No,
surgeon.
you're asking me to be a murderer.
Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed.
Just like that, Edgewater's not productive anymore, so just wipe it off.
We don't have any other option. The colony is on the verge of collapse, and we no longer have the luxury of easy solutions.
You're completely
No,
insane.
allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely logical.
You talk less like a human than mechanicals I've known.
I am responsible for every single human life in this colony. Do you imagine I relish the thought of killing some of them to save the rest? Steel your spine, Captain. Do what needs to be done.
The answer is no.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order.
I don't really have a choice, do I, then?
Not true. You can choose to say, "Yes, ma'am," or "At once, Madam Adjutant," or "As you wish," or even, "I'll take care of it."
Go to hell.
I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had potential.
Oh!
I couldn't have given her a maybe or whatever, because she can't risk that, so... Yep. It's gonna be the one real bad thing that I do.
Got 'em all.
The board's now scared. Hold on. Alright, hold on.
Don't make this more difficult.
Don't really have a choice. Alright. This time, I'm gonna just run.
I'm
I'm gonna kill
disappointed.
her and then run.
I was so sure you had potential.
Watch out!
Okay, run. Run, 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 run. Let's go. Board reputation decreased. I only killed one person. So the board are now, oh wow, so it doesn't even matter. Because I killed one person. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I like that.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
And with that, we're done with all of our connection to the board. Can I look at like my my reputation with people? Reputation of factions. Hold on. Oh, I can't look at my reputation with the different things. That's kind of like, oh, reputation there. Groundbreaker, revering, positive, negative. Iconoclast, positive, negative. Positive, negative. Everybody likes me except for the board. Your kill on... Oh, to this faction, vendor prices are increased by 20%. Wow. Reduced. Secondary, you're friendly to this faction. You're neutral to this faction. Friendly to this faction. The deserters, the spacer's choice. Friendly to this faction. Wow, shoot on sight by the board.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Can I talk to you about all this?
Take care.
Alright, well, we're shoot on sight. Jeez, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Kill the adjutant, all that. Makes pretty decent sense. Chimera gives me so much armor, dude. The best shit in the game. But with that, I think we're going to end this episode here. In the next episode, we're gonna go do the Hope. Hopefully save this colony. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. Share this video with someone you know, and I'll see you guys next episode of the Outer World. Peace.